Suppose you have a new car. You notice a few spots in the paint that started cracking, but you can't get it repainted again. So what do? Your only option is to find a way to prevent damage as long as possible. Having a mother being diagnosed with scleroderma and watching her live with the disease for over 26 years left a lasting impression on me and my family. I chose this topic because scleroderma is a disease with no cure. My mother fought hard to maintain a productive life during her 26 years of her disease. Now that I'm attending college to get a degree in the medical field, I understand there are many things that I didn't understand. And if they had, that many things would have been different. During my speech, you will learn the types, complications, treatments, and how to improve the quality of life while living with scleroderma. Let me explain to you what scleroderma is. Scleroderma is an autoimmune disease where a person's own immune system works against itself. There are no known causes and there are no cures. A person's immune system protects itself by fighting off viruses and infections, which are foreign invaders. In an autoimmune disease, the immune system thinks a person's tissue is foreign invaders and starts attacking itself. Cells overreact, making extra collagen because it thinks it's repairing injured tissue. The cells cannot turn themselves off and causes the body to produce too much tissue. Let's look at the different types of scleroderma. According to Johns Hopkins Scleroderma Center, there are two kinds of scleroderma and another disease that is linked to scleroderma. Limited scleroderma is milder because it is limited to the fingers or face. This is known as CREST syndrome, meaning hardened skin. Limited scleroderma is more common among Caucasians than any other population. Diffuse scleroderma usually affects larger areas, covering the arms, legs, trunks, and internal organs. This affects internal organs by hardening the tissue. The skin pigmentation changes and develops into very dry skin. This also makes the person sweat less. There are secondary rhabdosis linked to scleroderma. Rhabdosis was the first symptom in 95% of people with scleroderma. There is very small chance that Raynaud's disease will develop into scleroderma, but there is definitely a link. So it is very important to know the difference between the two diseases. There are many complications from scleroderma. Skin and organ tissue will develop the most complications and need the treatment as the disease progresses. Skin and organ tissue develops many changes. Skin becomes hard and dry, causing the mouth to draw and be disfigured. Discoloration occurs from tissue producing too much collagen, developing spots on the lips, face, and body. Cold and hot temperatures cause pain and numbness to fingers and toes. Organ tissue becomes hard and malfunctions. The kidneys will cause hypertension from the malfunctioning. The kidneys become smaller with the tissue hardening. The lungs develop fibrosis. This causes interference with filtering gases from the air into the blood. The lungs become restricted and small. The heart will become diseased. The heart becomes small and fibrous, just like the lungs. Inflammation develops, causing pericarditis and myocarditis. Gastrointestinal complications pertain to esophagus, stomach, small and large bowels. The esophagus becomes narrowed, making it hard to swallow. It will become inflamed and cause heartburn and acid reflux. The patient will have problems eating. The stomach will feel full with small amounts of food. This makes the patient not eat well. This causes malnutrition in the patient. Constipation and bowel obstructions can also be a problem. Once diagnosed with scleroderma, the quality of life depends on the patient and support from family and friends. Knowing the person's physical, emotional, and social struggles will help you understand what the person is going through. Showing them love and strength will help them be strong. Being positive will give them courage to face their daily lives and struggles. Remember, they will need your love and support daily. Now that you have learned what this condition is and what it can do, it will definitely be easier for you to understand what the patient is going through. I can relate to anyone with this condition from my experience of supporting my mother through her journey.